Today is Friday, June 7th, 2024. We are climbing up Cannon on High Cannon Trail, so we just did the ladder. View out to Franconia Ridge, which is clearing out nicely. Both Cannon and the ridge were socked in when we drove up this morning, but this is Lafayette finally clearing. It's the last one, I guess. And then North Lincoln, little haystack over here, and this is Shining Rock. And so far we've met one hiker who was descending, and it was someone who recognized us, so shout out to Chuck. I don't know if that is looking awfully thick. Today was mostly rainy in the forecast. We tried to time it. It looked like the lowest chance of rain was like between 9 and noon. So we were hoping for views and no rain, but kind of expecting to get rain and no views. There we go, some bunchberry. You might be able to tell it's a little bit wet. So they definitely had rain overnight. Things that are slick when wet are a little bit slick. Nothing terrible. Our plan is to do a loop, which we've never done before, which is go up High Cannon, go down Kinsman Ridge Trail to the tram lot, and then walk the north section of the Pemi Trail, which I don't think we've ever been on. If we have, it's been over a decade. I don't know. So I'm counting that I have never done that part of the trail. And around the corner, we'll have a view down to Lonesome Lake. So I will record something there. This is one of the little pop-out areas on the way above the High Cannon ladder. I think there are two. This one is a little more sketchy because it's not so flat. So I'm being very careful. Just looking out, of course, at the ridge. And then there's some rhodora that is still hanging on. Seen a bunch of blooms that are off. And then down into the notch, there's Liberty right here. I can't see Flume, it's behind it. Over there are the Osceolas, mostly in a cloud, or Scar Ridge actually. Scar Ridge. And then Mount Pemi right here. And I'm gonna stand up. Lonesome Lake right there. Okay, so the next one is a little bit flatter, as this is got quite a little slip to it, and it's a straight up cliff down there. So right before, we're kind of going straight and flat right now, and then we're going to turn and go uphill. There's another pop out over there which has a better view into Lonesome Lake. We'll go check that out too. This is the spot where the trail turns, and it's going to go up that slab. And there's a big open area here. It's also on the tilty side, but you got a lip. There's a lip right here you can sit on, or there's also a lip over there. If you sit over there, you don't really see Lonesome Lake, but there's a really nice view of Lonesome Lake. I keep thinking someday I'm going to see a moose right there, but you know I'm never going to see one there. Maybe. This is the side of the Kinsmans right here. And it looks like, I can't quite see on here, but it looks like they're in the cloud. And then if I come out a little, I can get a shot of Franconia Ridge, but the better one was the one further back. So this one, if you want to see Lonesome Lake, and the one further back if you want a nice view of Franconia Ridge. Alrighty, next stop will be the summit.
No, if you went over there, look, there are people over there. I think it's Bridget. Bridget! Bridget! I'd love to go.
Okay, we are now on Kinsman Ridge Trail heading towards the tram lot. I couldn't talk up there because there was a 4th grade field trip. That was crazy. They took the tram up and down, so we've seen 3 hikers total today and 1 million kids. We're heading to a viewpoint that's on this bump. But between that bump and where we are, there's a lot of exposure and nice views. Okay, now I can see the Osceolas. Let me get one pole to point with. So Liberty is right here, and then behind it is the east peak of Osceola and Osceola. And then Scar Ridge has like 2 slides on it. Behind that is Tecumseh. All right, I hear yelling. Just see the very top of the tower right over in here, next to right where the cloud ends. Okay. Well, that was chaotic, but our views were pretty good. It looked like the Kinsmans had cleared out. Although now it's looking pretty dark over there, but overall, much better than it could have been. Okay, so Kinsman Ridge, heading down to the tram lot, is a little bit of exposure up here, and then once we get to that viewpoint, we'll be in the woods. What is that? Is that garbage right there? Yes. And the trail is pretty heavily eroded in spots, and it's that slippy, it's like really slippery, gravelly nastiness. There's also some slab, but I think it's the eroded gravel stuff that's the bigger issue. So we'll see how it goes, and we're gonna have some nice views of Eagle Cliff, which is right over here. As we're coming down, there's a glade skiing trail that affords pretty decent views that we cross. Here's some more Redora. Okay, onward. We're out on the viewpoint now on Kinsman Ridge. Oh. Did you see that? A snowshoe hare just ran through. Cool. I hope it came out on this. I think I got his butt. Okay, well that was neat. There was just a guy here, and he went up the trail, so maybe the rabbit thought he was alone. The white-throated sparrows are singing. This is, of course, looking at Franconia Ridge, and then down at I-93 and Franconia Notch, and coming around the summit right there. I see St. Antonia, which I didn't see any blooming on the way up High Cannon, and some northern starflower. So this is actually, I mean, it looks like Clintonia, but it's really small. Oh, and Canada Mayflower right there. And northern starflower. The Mayflower is also sometimes called, I think, what do they call it? Wild Lily of the Valley or something like that. It smells so nice. It smells like Lily of the Valley. All right, that's gonna be it for views. Yeah, it's too bad it looks so dark on my screen. It doesn't look that dark here. There's some sun right where the Greenleaf Hut is up in that area. Okay. Ooh, a little breezy. The bugs have been amazingly good. Even when we were climbing up, there was no wind on the other side. No bugs. They're all in Vermont. All right, so we're gonna go down and then take the northern section of the Pemi Trail, which I've never been on, so I don't really know what it's like. We'll go find out. It might just be walking through the woods, but maybe there's some water. We're coming down Kinsman Ridge Trail to the tram lot, and it has a reputation for being highly eroded, and you can see this section is a real doozy, but it's because this is that stone that just like peels apart, and I think I've seen it referred to as rotten stone, and it's just like super slippery. I think because it's a little bit wet, it's actually less slippery than when it's dry, but it's still crazy. So this is what they mean when they say it's eroded. It's like crazy eroded. So step down here. Okay, and above this, it's a lot of slab and rock, kind of down climbing, down scrambling. But I mean, you're gonna do that whichever way you approach Cannon is pretty steep and pretty scrambly. So it's just the way it goes for Cannon. But this is the eroded part of Kinsman Ridge Trail. We just came off of Cannon, so the hiker parking lot is right here, and High Cannon comes out. And now we're gonna jump onto the Pemi. Somehow. Oh, the breeze is good.
Breezes from the cars.
Yeah. This is the edge of Eagle Cliff. There's a relatively new slide right there. I don't know when that's from.
I don't want to climb that.
No.
Not without ropes.
All right, I think we go up here to get on it. So the Pemi Trail is running right alongside Echo Lake. It's right here. This is looking up at, oh, you can't tell that it's there, but this is the spire on Eagle. What's that? What's it called? Eagle Rock? Is that Eagle? Well, Eagle Cliff
Eagle
is.
Peak?
No, what's that spire called that they climb? Oh my goodness. I'm having a senior moment. Anyway, the Watcher is up there if you bushwhack up. There's a climbing trail. And then this whole thing is Eagle Cliff. Having a total... It's not Eagle's Nest. I don't know. Anyway. And then this would be Eagle Pass right through here. That Greenleaf Trail goes on. And this is just like the bottom of Agony Ridge, I guess. So this is the continuation of the Pemi Trail right here. And of course, lovely I-93 keeping us company right there. I'm just gonna finish up this hike here. We're about maybe a quarter mile from the car. And this section of the Pemi Trail has been really soft footbed for the most part. Not particularly rocky or rooty. And it had that very beginning part ran along a profile lake, so you could pop out and have views of Eagle Cliff and the lake. And now we're running next to the Pemigewasset River, which is quite small at this part. I think it originates at Profile Lake. So when we first picked it up, it was like really shallow and small, like a little stream or a brook. It's picking up steam as it goes. We ran together with a bike trail for about, I don't know, 50 feet or 100 feet. And then as we approach Lafayette Place campground, we're gonna run together with a bike trail and we're parked over at the day hiking at Lafayette Place. So we'll be ending up on the bike trail at the end. And yeah, that's it. It should be a little over, I think it should be like 6.2 miles. The weather held out. This is nice. They gave us a little bit of a bog bridge instead of having us go through the mud. I like that reroute.
Yep.
All right. Kind of a quiet day. The bugs were definitely worse on Kinsman Ridge Trail descending, but part of that might be that they know people are really slow there. I don't know. It was crazy.
Time of day, maybe too.
Yeah, time of day. Because coming up, we didn't get an early start today, but coming up, there was 0 wind at all, and there were no bugs. But going down, there definitely were black flies, and I think mosquitoes are starting, although they weren't biting. And there's a lot of wetness on that part of Kinsman Ridge Trail also. All right. Good hike. Hopefully the weather will pan out for the rest of the hikers this weekend, because I think it's supposed to be kind of iffy. So, worked out for us.